Hi Year 6, this is the PowerPoint for today's work, Wednesday the 24th of February, and today our main focus is common multiples. So yesterday we thought about some of the language we've been using, some of the vocabulary, and we learned that a factor is what we multiply to get the number. So for example, 2 times 3 equals 6. So 2 and 3 are both factors of 6. So another example, 3 times 4 would equal 12. So 3 and 4 are both factors of 12. Then we talked about multiples, and a multiple is what we get after multiplying the number. So 2 times 6, for example, gives us 12. So 12 is a multiple of 6. Another example might be 4 times 6 is 24. So 24 is a multiple of 4. So remember, both factors and multiples are all linked to the times tables. That's all we're using at the moment, and it's just knowing what numbers go into one another and which numbers can be multiplied to find a number. The last one I want you to think about today is a product, and a product is the result of a multiplication, so it's the answer. So for example, 3 times 6 equals 18, 18 is the product. The reason I've highlighted this to you is because sometimes in questions you'll be given a question that says something like, what is the product of 3 times 4? So we just need to know that when we're looking for the product, we're looking for the answer of the multiplication sum. For today's activities, you will need your number squares, which are in your learner packs. There's one large number square and there's a sheet with 4 small ones on. If you don't have those to hand, can I recommend that you pause this at the moment and you go and collect those items. You will also need some coloured pencils or some felt pens so that you can shade things on your number squares. Okay, so hopefully you have your number squares to hand. For your first question, on one of your 100 squares, can you shade the first 5 multiples of 7, so the first 5 numbers in the 7 times table, and then the first 8 multiples of 5, so the first 8 numbers in the 5 times table. When you've done that, have a look at the squares that you've shaded. What common multiples of 7 and 5 can you find? So which numbers are appearing in both of those times tables? So once you've found one common multiple of 7 and 5, can you use that number to help you find other common multiples? So think back to the work that we did on our whiteboards yesterday. What other numbers will both 5 and 7 go into? If you're able to screenshot your work or able to make a small film, just show me what you're doing, that would be brilliant. And if you shared that with me, I'd be ever so pleased. I could see exactly what you're doing. Let's have a look at question 2 together. So here I've asked you to find 5 common multiples of 4 and 3. So think about your times tables, use what you know. And remember that a multiple is what we get after multiplying the numbers, the factors of 4 and 3. So in our example, we've got 2 times 6 is 12. So 12 is a multiple of 6. But we are multiplying 4 and 3, which would also give us 12. So think about what other numbers 4 and 3 would go into if 12 is a multiple. Were you able to find 5? Perhaps you were able to find more common multiples of 4 and 3. If you did, well done. Let's have a look at the next question. Okay, so here's question 3. Alex and Tom play football at the same local football pitches. Alex plays every 4 days and Tom plays every 6 days. They both played football today. After a fortnight, how many times will they have played football on the same day? So it might be useful here to draw it out, as it were. So thinking about Alex, who plays every 4 days. So working out if today is Wednesday, when will he play next? When will he play after that? So thinking about your days of the week and mapping it out, and then doing the same for Tom. So how did you do? Did you manage to work out how many times they would play football together on the same day? Are you able to prove your answer? Could you explain it to me in a video, perhaps? So let's look at question 4 together. Annie is double her sister's age. They are both older than 20, but younger than 50. Their ages are both multiples of what? What are their ages? You might need to try a little bit of trial and error here. So picking a number to start with, seeing where you get to, and then adapting your number if needs be. Are you able to prove your answer? Could you make me a short video? Could you write it down and explain how you got to your answer? So here's our final question for today, question 5. A train starts running from Cardiff to Wrexham at 7 a.m. The last train leaves at midnight. Platform 1 has a train leaving from it every 12 minutes, and Platform 2 has one leaving from it every 5 minutes. The question I'd like you to think about is, how many times in the day would there be a train leaving from both platforms at the same time? So once again, you might find this useful to draw out, thinking about those 5-minute intervals and those 12-minute intervals. When would they be meeting at the same time? So how could you prove your answer? How could you justify it and explain why you think it's correct? Perhaps you could send me a video, or perhaps you could show me your workings out. Today's worksheet is page 24 and the title is Common Multiples. Questions 1 to 9, you're looking at the numbers written on the balls and you're trying to find multiples of the numbers in the question. So for number 1, you've got number 4, you're looking for any of the balls that would appear in the 4 times table. For the second section, down at the bottom, numbers 11, 12, 13 and 14, you've got grids that you need to complete with the smallest common multiple of both the row and the column numbers. So where those numbers would meet, you are trying to find the smallest number that they would both go into. So once you've had a go, please upload your work either to Dojo or email it to me. It would be absolutely fantastic to receive some show me videos today, just explaining your work from the PowerPoint. I'd really love to see those. And I will catch up with you tomorrow to see how you all got on. Okay, best of luck everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.